Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Aysha. In today's video, I've partnered with COVERGIRL to share my beauty diversity story, and it's actually in celebration of their brand new foundation, the COVERGIRL TruBlend Matte Made Foundation. When they asked me to be a part of this campaign, I was honestly so excited. If you haven't already heard, COVERGIRL came out with 40 different shades in this new foundation. You guys know how much I talk about inclusivity and diversity and the importance of it, especially in the beauty community. You know, I fell in love with the beauty industry at a very young age. I just loved playing around with makeup, but one thing I always noticed was there was never ever a shade of foundation for me, a concealer shade for me. It was always just focused on lighter shades. And I thought that's just how it was gonna be, so I would always go for the ashy tones. You know, I never truly had a shade for me from the drugstore. And you know, at that age, I never could afford higher end foundations, and I know that's the truth for a lot of people. It shouldn't even be like a surprise anymore. It should just be what is the norm. Beauty to me was never about hiding my insecurities or, you know, changing the way I looked because I wasn't happy with myself. It was always just a way for me to express myself. And you know, as a hijabi, I always turned to makeup to just kind of, I don't know, have fun with my look. And I know there's a lot of opinions about that, but I personally wear makeup to make myself feel happy. It's not to attract the attention of other people. It's truly just an internal thing. And I think that is so important to realize and recognize with a lot of women, because I think people, you know, are makeup shamed and they're just kind of afraid to try new things with their makeup because of the judgment of other people. And if I had listened to those people, you know, I probably wouldn't have started this YouTube channel and started, you know, my love for beauty. So I'm glad now that people can walk into the drugstore and find this foundation that, by the way, is actually really, really great, and actually find a shade for themselves. So I've actually swatched D10 to D90 right over here on my arm, but you can see just how diverse the shades, but then also like the actual undertone is, because undertone is very important in foundations as well. You know, it's one thing to find your shade, but if you're a golden undertone, or if you're a red undertone, if you have a neutral undertone, things are gonna look a little different. So I love that COVERGIRL didn't only look at shades, but they also focused on like what women's needs were. It's comfort matte finish, it's pore minimizing, so you're gonna look flawless. It's also oil free, so it's not gonna be like super oily on the skin. It's gonna really control that, and it's transfer resistant. So I love all of that. I really wanna show you guys how this applies on the skin, so definitely make sure you watch the demo right after this. So I've already went ahead and primed my skin. I used the new COVERGIRL TruBlend Pore Minimizing Primer. I'm using the COVERGIRL TruBlend Matte Made Foundation in the shade D15. I love that this thing has a pump as well. That is so amazing. I'm gonna pump a little bit on the back of my hand and then just do a couple dots all over the skin. This foundation is blending out perfectly, and I know a lot of people are making a big deal about the fact that COVERGIRL came out with 40 shades of the TruBlend Matte Made Foundation, but I feel like they did an amazing job at just like formulating this foundation as well. They didn't just like, you know, come out with a random foundation formula that had 40 shades. They really thought about what women actually wanted from their foundations. They kind of just like covered all grounds with this, and I love the coverage that this foundation has. I think it's perfect for just like the everyday girl, but of course, if you know, some people want to be extra beat one day, they can just add more and kind of get that customized feel with this foundation. This is definitely one of the best matches, if not the best match, that I found at the drugstore. Like, this matches my undertone perfectly. It's not making me look ashy. It's not making me look dry. It's just like, it literally blends in. Like, I don't have to mix another shade, which is so great because I'm one to mix like 3 different types of foundations to get the perfect undertone and the perfect match. But this one, you know, I just take it straight out of the bottle, apply it, and I'm good to go for every day. So I'm just gonna finish the rest of my makeup, and then I'll pop back in to share a couple more things that I love about this foundation. All right guys, so I'm back with the rest of my makeup on. If you are interested in checking out all the products that I used on my face, I will have them listed down below. But I am loving how this foundation is looking. It looks absolutely flawless. Definitely the pores are filled. I'm looking at the camera right now and everything just looks so airbrushed. But the thing that I am most impressed about is the fact that this is actually transfer resistant. When brands make that claim that their foundation is transfer resistant, I really take that to heart, because, you know, as a hijabi, my hijab is always rubbing against my face, and like even as I go like this, there's nothing that transfers onto my hijab, and that is just like A1. Thank you so much to CoverGirl for sponsoring this video and just teaming up with me to share my beauty story. We want to actually hear your beauty diversity stories or struggles that you faced kind of just growing up with makeup and anything like that. So please sound off down below, but that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely give it a big thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will talk to you in tomorrow's video. Bye everyone!